What's up, everybody? Today, I know I'm a little late, but I'm here and I'm present. Today, I'm going to be reading a little bit of the Bible, but before I read the Bible, I just want to say Too Good To Go is either a hit or a miss. If you don't know what Too Good To Go is, it's going to be right here on the screen for you. It's a food app where you can buy basically leftovers from uh restaurants, and they're heavily discounted. So if it's $20 worth of food, you'll probably pay $5. I tried it myself, and I will show y'all a picture of the Chinese food that I got, but I wasn't the biggest fan. They just threw a bunch of stuff in there. I went to it. First off, I was questioning if I should even try that particular spot because it was a buffet. And I texted my mom, "Oh, it's a buffet." She sent the emoji where you're throwing up, as she should. But when we got the box, opened the box, and it's like egg rolls, fries, fried rice, pepper steak. It's like a bunch of stuff that they just threw into a freaking styrofoam plate. And I don't know, I'm just not a big fan of that. It and the stuff wasn't like, you could tell it wasn't real like old food, but it was not fresh at all. Like, they didn't just make that in the last hour. Like, that food was not good. It was good enough to where you can maybe make one plate, but other than that, bro, you're not coming back to that food. Throw it away. I barely ate a plate. I only did that because I hadn't eaten that day, and I was like, you know what? Like, we had opened it and eaten the egg roll, and I immediately was kind of disgusted because the egg roll wasn't crisp, and it was on top of all that stuff. So I felt like it was soggy because of the stuff it was on top of, and I immediately thought it was disgusting. And then I was like, all right, well, I have to try the other stuff in there. And I got a little plate of the things I thought wouldn't make me sick. I scraped off like stuff on the top, and I saw there was tater tots in there. Like, why are there tater tots from a Chinese place? I have no idea, but there's tater tots in there. Anyways, I ate a plate, and I feel as if the next day I paid for it. My stomach was hurting all day the next day at work. But today, I said I'm gonna give Too Good To Go one more chance. So I gave it one more shot, and I went to Tiff's Treats. Unfortunately, I didn't take any pictures of the cookies. I mean, it just looked like cookies. They don't look like anything impressive. If anything, if I posted the cookies, they would look dry. But surprisingly, they weren't that dry. They tasted pretty fresh. I mean, it's a cookie at the end of the day. So, when you make cookies at home from the Pillsbury package, they're not going to automatically be hard the next day. And Tips Treats, they make cookies all day, every day, so I don't expect them to burn any of their cookies. So I wasn't really expecting anything bad, but I was pleasantly surprised with I wouldn't say how good it was, but yeah, I'll say how good it was. It wasn't bad. Like, I can eat it. It was like a bag full of maybe 20, 15 cookies, something like that, which I imagine is a decent amount. I only paid $7 for it, and I'm not gonna eat all those cookies by myself. The only thing I didn't really like, obviously, is just that it's a bunch of different cookies. You don't get to pick your flavors or anything like that, so that sucks. But at the same time, you're paying a heavy discount, and it's leftovers. My final verdict, I wouldn't say final verdict, but I don't know that I'll be back. Well, yeah, I don't know that I'll be back to Too Good To Go. So I'll give my final verdict. I think on paper, it's a very good idea. If other restaurants did it and they weren't giving out the trash of the trash food, then I think it's a great idea, for like, at least make your food presentable. That's all I ask. Make your food presentable, just to where it looks appetizing. Even if it's leftovers, it doesn't have to look like leftovers, man. The whole point of me paying for these leftovers is so they don't look like leftovers. So I feel like I'm getting a steal. But end of the day, I think it's a great idea. I think it's good for like if a homeless dude, I mean, obviously they might not have a phone, but you could go buy some leftovers for some homeless people and give it to them, and it would fill them up probably for like 2 days. So it's a cheap way that if you're struggling on money, you really got to eat out, that you can do it. I wouldn't recommend it if you have the money to just go spend and buy the food fresh. Just go buy the food fresh. You're not gonna eat this food and feel like, man, I sure got a deal. This is a steal. Just go buy the food fresh. I know it might be way more expensive, but trust me, go buy the food fresh. I didn't have the best experiences. There are probably places out there that give out, good food, but I don't know. My final verdict would be to buy it fresh, but it's a great idea if you really, really can't afford it and you just want to eat there. You've been craving it. You want to eat Tip Streets. You want to eat at Chinatown, whatever. Uh, Not every place has it, which I do think is a miss on a lot of companies' part. I think that I honestly don't see why a lot of food industry, food companies don't do this. It's extra money you're throwing out, especially donut shops. I'm seeing more and more. I see a lot of donut shops on there, but I should see every donut shop. Why are you throwing away those donuts at the end of the day when you can make, I don't know, even if you only made $25 off of your leftovers, you are gonna make $0 that day. So 25, much better than zero. Put that 25 towards something. It's not like you're doing too much. You have there's a pickup time for it, so it's not like they're gonna hold you 3 hours overtime and you're gonna have the lights on. None of that. Just, I think everybody should do it, especially small businesses. Y'all should do it. You get that little extra cash and you don't waste your stuff by just throwing it away. So that is my final verdict. I'm sorry that took so long. I'm at this point, this video is just a Too Good To Go review. And I hope that I'm able to put videos of Too Good To Go on the page, on the screen, so that y'all can see what it is. Yeah, like I'm saying, it's not the worst idea. But let's get to this Bible. Might end up cutting this video in two, just because of how long I went on about this topic. I was just real passionate about it. I kind of wanted to just share my feelings on how I felt about this food. I didn't make a video of myself eating or anything, just because I'm telling you, once I took a bite of that stuff, man, was not feeling it. And if I've cursed, I don't believe I have, but if I've cursed, I do apologize. That does not fit the mold for the title of this video. If I do decide to keep this video as a just a short little read, but I'm gonna read these chapters over. I've read them myself, but I'm gonna read them over again. Chapter 3, Genesis. I think I read chapters 1 through 2 last time. I might just reach 3, depends on how long this takes me. But let's begin. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. But of the fruit of the tree, which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die, for God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. And the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together, and made themselves aprons. And they heard the voice of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God amongst the trees of the garden. And the Lord God called unto Adam, and said unto him, Where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, Who told you that thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree, whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat? And the man said, The woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. And the Lord God said unto the woman, What is this thou hast done? And the woman said, The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. Ooh, I'm about to tear my pages. And the Lord God said unto the serpent, Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. And to Adam he said, Because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree, of which I commanded thee, sayest, Thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake, in sorrow shalt thou eat of it, of the days of thy life. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of thy face thou shalt eat bread, till thou return unto the ground, for out of it wast thou taken. For dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return. And Adam called his wife's name Eve, because she was the mother of all living. Unto Adam also, and to his wife, did the Lord make coats of skin, and clothe them. And the Lord God said, Behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil. And now lest he put forth his hand, and take also of the tree of life, and eat and live forever. Therefore the Lord God sent him forth from the Garden of Eden to till the ground from whence he was taken. So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims and a flaming sword, which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. That's chapter 3. It is 2:30 a.m. here, man. I would continue reading, but every second just feels as if it's too late. So I think I'll end my video there. I'm honestly, I'm honestly happy that I'm back to making videos and just releasing content. I have some Madden games, dude. I have some good Madden games that I want to release. And speaking of Madden, today, you know what? I can't even speak of Madden right now because I played today and I just played horrible, bro, the worst. But look, we just read the Bible, so next time we get on, we're gonna be blessed. We're gonna be locked in. I'm winning 30 games tomorrow. I don't have 30 games worth of time, but I'm winning 30 games tomorrow. Matter of fact, I'm playing money games tomorrow. The Lord has my back. I'm spreading his good word, his gospel to y'all. And I hope that it changes y'all, makes you feel blessed, makes you feel as good as me. You know what I'm saying? But that's going to be it for today. I really do appreciate y'all coming through. Shoot, my computer's even saying it's nighttime. It just shut off on me. I really do appreciate y'all coming through, though. Just hope y'all have a blessed rest of your week and just continue to stay focused and stay on that grind, because that's the only way we can, show progress if you stick to the plan. But anyways, y'all have a great one. Love y'all, and I will see y'all next time. Peace.